Hello and welcome back to Organic Cardboard. My name is Owen Kneep, and today I have got a very exciting new package in the mail today, and this is Galactic Cruise made by PecktecGames, and I've really been looking forward to getting this out, and I actually did get to play this once at our local board game convention that we had, Fun Cake Town here in Knoxville. And PecktecGames, the fellas that do that are actually fairly local to us. I think they're like a couple hours away. So I've gotten to meet them. I got to do an interview with them too at the board game convention. So I do have a video for that. I'll probably link that at the end of this video. But yeah, so what you're doing in Galactic Cruise is you're creating a galactic cruise. You're working at a facility basically that produces these cruises that are in space and create these like fun whatever, you know, experiential things that go on your cruise. But you're basically just trying to get points. This is kind of done more or less in one of those Lacerda kind of styles. It's very much looks like a Lacerda. It has the same kind of E&O tool artwork. They were heavily inspired by them. I know TK's got the, I think On Mars is his favorite game, at least it was at the time that he showed me this. I actually saw this once too at the board game convention the year previous, when they were still prototyping it, and it was very much a prototype at that point. But I got to play it in most all of its glory at the last event. So again, very excited to get this out. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got over here on the overview. We'll go ahead and crack this open. So this box is actually not quite as big as I thought it would be. It does say that it is 24.3 pounds. I've got a little bit of damage too on it, so we'll see if that makes any difference. Hopefully not. It doesn't look like it's that bad. We'll take a peek and see what we got on the table in a moment. Actually, I had to cover my board game table because I've been playing the heck out of Iridia lately, and my God, is that... well, I'm not going to do a review of Iridia on this unboxing, but that is a very special game. I'll just say that. And I've been playing the heck out of it. Okay, so this is what we got here. All right, so pretty decent packaging. It looks like I probably avoided any of that damage because this is centered up. This is the bulk of what's in the package. I'm just going to set that aside for the moment, and we'll get this all cleared out and see what else we have. So this is just a big spacer box, it looks like. I'm assuming. I'm going to throw that in the floor for the moment. Then we have a couple of the expansion items here as well. Okay, so we got the advancements in the accommodations. It's a very pretty game. I'm really looking forward to seeing what all this looks like. So it looks like we've got a little note card here. Join us on the observation deck. Okay. Nothing more to it than that. And oh, so yeah, so I did get the full backing of this. So I do also have a bunch of little tokens here. These look really nice just through the bag. We'll get those out in a moment, but let's go ahead and crack open the big box and see what we got. All right, so this is a fairly thick box. We got our lid lift to start off with. It'll probably go away once we get rid of the sprues that are in there. Yeah, and it's kind of like bulged out. It's kind of really packed in. And I'm not seeing any damage on the main box. That's great. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this thing open. All right. Some thick plastic on it. Okay. The mess begins. Galactic cruise. Join us on the cruise to the Galactic. So we got a welcome pack. What could we have in here? A puzzle? This looks like one of those magic puzzle kind of envelopes. Okay. Well, this is nice. So, oh, that's fun. Okay, so they gave you a lanyard and a little Galactic Cruise supervisor tag that you could wear, I guess, to access all areas. Let's see if that, I could probably show that a little closer over here. Access all areas, employee pass. So that's fun that they threw that in. That's a nice little extra touch. Little lanyard, nothing much to see with that, but cool. Very fun. And you got PecktecGames on the side there. So this is their first like really big game that they've done. I think they've done some like little small stuff that wasn't really a big deal, but they've got this here. I'm going to focus this a little bit. Okay. So we've got another little thing here. Galactic Cruise, your workstation in use. So this is like a little pamphlet style, like you just entered into the workspace, I guess, here, and this is kind of explaining to you how to get to your job and start making some of those fancy cruises. So it explains all of the game trays stuff, which is excellent. You don't always see this in games, so I'm always super happy to have a little guide that shows you exactly where everything goes, how to put it away. So that is very much appreciated. And then we've got a little welcome. This is like nice linen paper too. So you got like a little welcome to Galactic Cruise. My name is Travis E. Preston, founder and CEO of Galactic Cruise. Ever since I was a boy, my eyes have been trained upward the endless expanse, yada, yada, yada. So that's very neat though. And then you got Travis's signature on the bottom. All right, so now we've got, so these are some of the game trays that we've got. So this will be each of the player colors should have all their individual pieces in this, I'm assuming. Let's set those off to the side for the moment. Got a lot more game trays here. I can't remember if the game trays came in the like this base game or if they're just in the deluxe. This is kind of, it's a little bit of an expensive game. It's really well produced, but we'll see though. I'm assuming there's a bunch of cardboard underneath all this plastic. So I've got some of the player pieces here, big chunky bits, kind of tool style. It looks like something from On Mars, a lot of these pieces here. So here's the pink and the blue. I don't think there's really a need to get those out. They're pretty big chunky pieces though. You can see they're real thick. And then these are some of the pieces, I guess, that might be shared between people. These are going to be the different resources. So again, big chunky pieces. And those are going to be what, oxygen, I guess, maybe, fuel, and food. All right, you need oxygen in space. All right, what else we got over here? Let's see. So nice chunks of foam to keep everything happy in here. And so these are going to be some card trays. They do have a little bit of an issue with some of their card trays. I know they're like they came out a little too tight. They do say that if you kind of expand them or you get the cards and stuff in there, that they'll kind of loosen themselves up over time. Hopefully that'll work. He does have that fixed for the future versions of the game, and he's going to have an opportunity for you to get a free set of like whatever the replacement. It might have been this one. I'm not sure if it was all of them or if it was just this particular one that was a little too tight with the tiles. but he is going to offer those in the next campaign as a free add-on for people that got the previous version of it. But otherwise, that's the only thing that I've heard that's an issue so far. So we do have a pack of cards here. And of course, when I do an unboxing, I always like to give these cards a little smell test. It's not bad. Not bad. Those are pretty good smelling. It's nostalgia. It's, you know, it's picking up those packs of Magic or Pokemon cards when you were a kid, and that smell is tied to your memory so strongly that I love the smell of like well-made cards, and those seem to be well-made. In fact, you know, I didn't really look at them too hard, but again, very much Tool artwork style here. We'll take a little close-up peek at some of these. And yeah, this is going to be a bunch of stuff that's not going to make any sense to you to really look through too hard, but this is kind of what we're looking at. But yeah, very reminiscent again of like On Mars, or probably a lot of the Tool stuff. I haven't played a lot of Tool or like not Lacerda games with Tool's artwork. But this looks very familiar anyways to the couple that I've played. I've gotten to play Inventions, and I've gotten to play some of On Mars. Okay, so we've got even more player pieces. These are going to be, well, no, these aren't individual player pieces. These are going to be the guests that you're going to be having on your cruise. So they're like different types of people. Got this guy. These ones are kind of holding like a martini glass, if you can see that. So these are the leisurely people that are just going there for relaxation. You've got these like adventurous that are kind of buckled up with some kind of space gear, or they've got parachutes for space or whatever they're doing. And then these are going to be your family members that are going on like a family trip is while they're going on these cruises. And so they've got a little kid with them, as you can see there. So nice and simple and clean as always. So we've got a, this is a pretty thick, and as part of it's because they're doing it with that nice linen paper, but this is a pretty thick feeling booklet. These are really big, like kind of like spread out pages though that we've got here. So it's not going to make it too hard to read. There is quite a bit of words in here. Let's start from the beginning a little bit here. Feels really good though. This is this feels almost like waterproof. It's real thick pieces of paper here. Very much full linen style. Can probably handle a little bit of water splashing on it, and if you wipe it off quick, you won't have any damage. All right. So the game, at least having it taught to me by the designer, was very easy to pick up, but it did take a while for him to teach it to us. It is a lot going on, but it does all flow really well once you get playing it. So we have a total of 47 pages, not counting the back. We've got a nice index on the back. That's always appreciated to have an index. And then we have the company records, official employee onboarding documentation. So we've got game variants. It says the company records volume, hereafter referred to as volume, contains a compendium of pertinent information about Galactic Cruise, including but not limited to a vast collection of advertising samples from our marketing department, clarifications on some systems. Okay, so this is like going to be, what do you want to call it, like an appendix or something, or like it just is going to explain all of the icons and any of the like cards and things that might be confusing. It looks like, it looks like they left a couple blank pages in here just to use for future expansion stuff. That's kind of odd that they did that. But yeah, they're explaining each one of the tiles here. So yeah, so you've got all that. Got a big list of play testers, which is nice to see. A little recognition for those people. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So we've got the main player board. I'm going to get that out in just a moment because I'm going to get some of these other pieces out and then we'll spread that out where this is at. So we've got nice dual layer boards. I am already going to be aware that these are going to have a tendency to curl really bad too. I have seen some people complain about that. It's very common with these that once they start hitting the air, the temperature difference between the factory and, I mean, the humidity difference between where it's produced in the factory and getting it into your hands can cause some issues. But it's a very pretty board so far here. Dual layer to hold all of your tokens and things in place. So it's a whole bunch of symbols that are not going to make any sense to you to look at too closely, but always great to have those. And maybe I'll even get some weight on this here shortly too, to maybe help it as it's humidifying or dehumidifying or whatever. Maybe it won't curl quite so bad. So we've got, looks like an extension that's going to come onto the main board here, perhaps. Okay. Then we've got booklets for 4 players. So they've got like a little rundown of all the basic information in the game. So that's nice. It's just a few pages, 7 pages, 8 if you count the back. Okay. Always excellent to have all that. So we've got just a really nice looking organizer, at least on first glance. Then we got all this cardboard. So I'm going to get all the cardboard out of the box. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and show you the back of the box. Ooh, that's more or less what your board game state's going to look like as you have it set up. So, all right. Set that aside for the moment. We'll take a little peek at some of these tokens. Okay. So these are all your little ship parts here, and then you're going to have all the different like rooms and things that you can place in there. They're going to attract certain types of people, either the people, again, for relaxation or family events. Like you've got an opera theater, tanning deck, piano lounge for the relaxation, and then you've got some family themed ones like a bounce park, kid zone, a little theme park inside the spaceship, Wave World. So you got some really fun little tokens and stuff in there. And then for some of the adventure-seeking people, there's here I'll bring up some of these to the close-up so we can take a little bit closer of a peek at some of them. You got laser tag, zero gravity deck, aerial stunt deck. So very much themed. And here you got some mixed ones too. There's a pool deck that's going to include both the family and the people relaxing. Observation deck, spacewalk. Woo! Get out in space. Roller coaster park in space. That's fun. Let's look at a few more of them. Cinema. You got beanbag lounge. A holodome. You can see T-Rex in space. VR deck. These are really fun. Like with the VR deck, you got all these people running around in their little VR rooms. It's like you're going to go all the way into space and then you're going to put on a VR headset and play around instead of doing space stuff. The Area 51 petting zoo. That's fun. They must have had a good time creating some of these. You got a game show over here? Woo! That's fun. Okay, but yeah, you have you're always going to have like an engine or cockpit, an engine, and then everything else is going to, like this one you can see this is how they're going to be constructed more or less, and then you'll have the little top cone piece over top of that. And each of those will have like different benefits and stuff that can go along with it. All right, so let me get this back over to the big one. Yeah, there's not as much to see up close on some of these here. So these are all like credit tokens, I guess, or no, maybe advertisement, I think is what these are for. yeah, so a lot of this stuff is going to be replaced by those bigger like tile pieces that I've got. Okay, I don't think there's any other really fun ones. Maybe, I mean, there was some that I skipped over. Let's look at this one that shows again a few more of these special rooms here. You got the ice cream emporium for your children, bounce part, snacks and story time. Got a whole room in this cruise ship dedicated for snacks and story time. Very fun. Cool. All right, so that is all of the main cardboard chunky pieces that we're going to be dealing with. We'll take a peek at the board itself. Okay. So it's fairly big. Well, you can kind of see that on the front cam here. It's pretty long. It's a pretty, I don't know if this is going to actually fit in my camera space right now. You can kind of see it, I'll pan it through, knock some plastic out of the way while I'm doing this. Yeah, this is, and it looks like, yeah, they do have a front and back to it. So this is, I wonder if this is I'm not sure which side. I'm sure it shows it somewhere. But yeah, you do have this one side. So these are like all the different like buildings that you're going to do different actions to soup up your spaceship, and then you're going to be creating them. There's going to be places to pick up new spaceships here, and then you can start eventually adding in your different special rooms. It has been a little while since I've played this. We'll take a peek at the other side. Yeah, so I'm not sure how much was really different. I'm sure a lot of it's just having to do with player count stuff. It looks like these ones maybe have pre-printed. Maybe this is like a beginner's side, because it kind of looks like this stuff has got pre-printed actions to do on all these, whereas the other side has spaces for you to add like random actions that can be done in these different sections to make your games different. So they're not all set up exactly the same each time. Okay, so let's look at some of the tokens that we've got here. Some of the upgraded tokens. I'm going to blink this over to the close-up cam. Okay, so these are some big chunky credits here. Yeah, just like a little silver for the ones. I don't think you're using a lot of money in the game, so you don't need like big denominations. Pretty simple looking. They just look like these credit chips. And then we've got the 5s that are in gold. Yeah. Looks like it's got like, it looks almost like it's cracked or something, but that is a line that it looks like is printed into it for whatever reason. Just a little design aesthetic. Very much just looks like a chip. You get this chip. Here it is. It's nothing too fancy. And these are for to represent like advertisements, I guess, to beef up your score as you're sending these people on. You get most of your points from sending these ships off with people, and I can't remember what these do exactly, but I know they help you boost up like your score. They might be to help attract people to come to the actual cruise as well. So you got singles, and then you've got these triple sets. That just looks like a stack of them to keep them all together. It's kind of underwater city style a little bit. Okay, so that pretty much concludes the big box. We've got 2 small boxes here, so we'll go through expansion 1 to start off with. And where did I put my shiv at? Did I lose my knife? Where did I set my knife at? There it is. All right, so this advancements, I can't remember what is exactly in these expansions. It says this expansion includes several modules. The cabin matching module adds a spatial puzzle element to blueprint installations. The advanced technology module that's going to add upgradable technologies that improve as you use them, and then the location bonus module upgrades each location to give you a bonus for each adjacent development you have built. It also includes new agenda cards, upgrade tokens, expert worker tiles, and a new cockpit and engine. Woo! All right, let's take a peek and see what is in here. So I'm hoping I don't have to keep these expansion boxes and can just stick it all in the main box. I do like to keep things condensed when possible. Alrighty. Much smaller than the core boxes. Alright, so we've got a few extra tokens here. Let's see. Actually, quite a few. Let's just pour these out. Alright, so not sure where these go. This just has to do with the modules that you have to maybe add in. I don't think we played with any expansion content when we were at the convention with them. So we got a few more rooms. You got Burger Bar, the fun park, Pizza World, Family Fair, Shopping Hub. You gotta shop while you're in space. You gotta get those keychains to bring back to your family. Snacks and story time, ice cream and porn. These actually, I feel like, yeah, we went over some of these. I wonder if these are just slightly different than the other ones. Maybe they add something else in there. Yeah, these are actually repeats. So I'm not sure what that's about. It might have something to do with like additional module icons or something. I can't remember if all this stuff was in there. Not sure why they have so many repeats. Looks like it's probably just a repeat of all of them. Well, if you didn't see every one of them, then you get to see them again. The robot arena. Jet bumpers instead of regular bumper cars. Space carts. Zero G Circus. Massage lounge. Of course, any good cruise is going to have a massage lounge on it. All right. And then there's a few cards that come with this. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff that's not going to really make much sense to stare at too hard. It's only a handful of cards. There's like 6 cards that come in with that particular expansion. All right, so let's just move all this. I want to call it junk, but it's not junk. It's awesome stuff. So let's move those aside. So they did give you another tray to hold those tokens with. Again, I'm hoping that that fits in the main box. We'll see. And then a few other cubes. These aren't even really worth showing in close-up cam, just some gray cubes. All right, so that is that. And I think I can maybe just tuck those away real quick to keep my table from getting too out of control over here. All right, so we'll push those aside. Now let's take a look and see what the second expansion has got with it. Really happy for these guys though, man. They've really knocked it out of the park with this game. I'm really expecting great things to be said about it. It was a lot of fun to play. And I'm really like, I don't know them that well. I just know of them. I've looked into them a decent bit before the last game convention, and they're really nice guys. And I'm just super happy that they've done so well with this. I'm really looking forward to them becoming a really serious part of the game building community. So this is Accommodations. Let's take a look and see what it says here. So it says, yeah, this expansion for Galactic Cruise includes another several modules. So you've got this specialized blueprints module, gives each blueprint in the game a unique bonus, which means that all 48 blueprints are truly different from one another. Starting upgrades module jump starts each player's engine, granting asymmetry from the very start. I like that quite a bit. That almost sounds like something I want to immediately play with. And then this expansion also includes new agenda cards, upgrade tokens, expert worker tiles, and technology tiles. All right, so let's go back over here and take a look and see what the box has. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to that last one that we've just opened. Okay, and it is. So another whole set. Man, I wonder if these are going to repeat themselves again. But let's see. So I know this stuff looks maybe different. These different spaces here. These are the main ones to look at, but again, all repeating. So I'm wondering what, they've got some extra symbols here. I think these were extra that weren't on that last set that I just looked at. Yeah, otherwise, the same stuff. I do like that they have a distillery. In fact, I think they were friends with, I can't remember the fella now that made Distilled, and I think that's a reference to that card. I think they made that specifically kind of just for him, added that in. And I don't remember seeing that. I was actually looking for that, so that may be a completely new one. Escape Maze, that sounds maybe new from the other ones. So a lot of the same ones though, so it looks like these are going to be, when you're playing with this expansion or whatever module that's including this. Of course you have to have a board game convention in space. Who's not going to the space board game convention? It's like only the rich board gamers. That's fun. That gets like the whole industry of people there. The whole group of all the board gamers are going on a Galactic Cruise for that, just for that one room. All right. So got a little bit more cards in this one. Let's see. These confounded card pack. These ones that are actually opening pretty easily. A lot of these I have like trouble fumbling through those little plastic strip things that are supposed to help you open it. Okay, a bunch of stuff that's going to make no sense to you. So pretty, I want to say this artwork's bland. It's that, tool, it's not so much bland, it's very clean and very like iconographic. Very much looks like his stuff. So this looks like maybe a completely different module that we're adding in. I wonder if this is maybe the upgrade stuff that you're adding onto things. And we've got one more little pack. This I think will be done after this little pack. Yeah, just some more bonus stuff that it looks like you can grab. All right. Very cool. So I think that that pretty much has this whole game out on the table at this point. Quite a bit of ways to keep the game fresh. A lot of additional stuff to add in. Really looking forward to this though. This kind of game. It looks like it's one of those ones that can look. I think it looks really pretty. I'll just say that as I'm starting to say something that might not sound like I'm saying it looks pretty. Yeah, it looks like a game that could be kind of like boring for people that aren't into the bigger board games. It's very engaging. It's a lot of fun. It really sucks you in the whole time. It's kind of long. It takes, I think our play of it took about 4.5, maybe 5 hours. That was including the teach. Which I don't think was too bad. We did have TK helping us with the like keeping everything flowing really well. But yeah, I thought it, like, I enjoyed it the whole time. I thought it was really fun. It's really neat. It's super exciting when you actually get like these little spaceships put together, and then you actually blast them off with these people, and they have this whole like arc of like this trip that they're going on, and different things that happen along the way to gain you points. It's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to getting into this. But again, that is the full unboxing of Galactic Cruise. Very fun. Super excited to have this in my hands. So I'll look forward to getting all of this stuff and all of these things. There's lots of slots and places to put everything, and hopefully it won't have too many issues with. I'm going to keep those dual layer boards under some pressure tonight. Maybe that'll help them not bow. So if you get this game, you might try some. I don't know if that'll really help or not, but be aware that they're going to have a tendency to bow kind of hard. I've seen some pictures where they're really bowed out. And the other thing is to be aware that these, at least some of these, I'm not sure how many of these little I want to call them card boxes, but they're for those the cardboard tokens. They're going to be pretty tight. At least I know at least one of them is, but I think most of these long ones are supposed to be pretty tight to get in. So be aware of that. One thing that they did say to do is when you're filling these up, fill them up on the sides first, and then slot those last ones into the middle in between the other tokens, instead of trying to shove them into the very edges of these cardboard ends. And hopefully that'll help you get them into the box a little bit better. But they did say once these kind of expand a bit, that they should open up. It's like I almost had an idea to 3D print something like almost like one of those, if you ever seen those hat expanders that they put and they like stretch your hats open. I almost thought of trying to create some mechanism, but first I'm just going to try to see how well they fit for me. But anyways, that's enough rambling about the ongoings of what's going to go on in this game rather than just an unboxing. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy this kind of content. If you do enjoy this kind of content, a couple of those little free clicks on your screen, it really helps support out channels like mine. I appreciate it so much when you do. But as always, do what is right for you. Until next time, I will see you on the next video. I hope you all are having a great evening. I hope your game is arriving to you as we speak. Until next time, take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.